We are live
Well, we're
on a
not
recorded
live.
show.
Yeah.
We're live on a recorded show, okay?
Yeah. So, some philosophical questions for you guys here. Do you like politicians?
Do you like silencing your cell phone?
You know what's crazy? I did silence it, but I did it by turning the volume slider down, and I didn't hit the thing. You know what? Like on Android, you have to go to the top. You got to scroll down. You got to hit the little speaker.
I wouldn't know
that's the
anything
thing
about
I didn't
that.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what it's like to have a better life.
Everybody says that, but the only people I know who complain about their phones are Android people.
So you know what's funny? All right, sorry, off topic. I have two phones. One for the plug and one for the I forget how it goes, but I've got my personal phone's an Android, but my work phone is an iPhone 16.
Mm-hmm.
What's the newest one?
Like a 16, I'm pretty sure.
16? Yeah. That thing constantly crashing all the time.
Weird.
That's number one. Number two, the UI for it just pisses me off. Everything about it. But you know what that could be? It could be that I've used Android for so long that using anything else is like really stupid and annoying.
I have to switch between Android and Apple devices every day of my life. So I have literally every day of my life because the environment that I work in is a Windows, Android, Apple hybrid environment.
Oh.
I mean, it works. I manage it.
Yeah.
But like I deal with it every single day, and 100% I will always take Windows and Android over Apple any day. Because when Apple decides something doesn't want to work, it just doesn't, and there's no way to make it work, and your life just sucks. But anyway, politicians, take them or leave them.
Yeah. Throw celebrities in there because these days they're becoming more and more synonymous. And you know what I thought is that could make a pretty good debate team. So today we're going to be drafting debate teams out of celebrity politician hybrids.
Wait a second. I'll ask when we get there.
Can we ban a single pick, please?
No.
Oh no! I want
no. There's no banning.
Oh, we're gonna do picker wheel. We're gonna do picker wheel. It's gonna be great.
Listen, it's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. But listen,
we're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned.
There's only one other thing on the docket today, and that's that it's been a minute since our dear listeners have received some sound, soothing, and sage advice from us. We're here to help you with everything, whether it's about your evening plans at the restaurant or whether you're having boyfriend trouble. We are here to help you navigate all of that. So today, I'm Ottengroff, and I'm here with Ian CK and the Clown, and we are Humor Highwire.
Intro. It's high noon.
All right.
Okay, Matt Mercer. Actually, Matt Mercer said he was gonna join us on the podcast today, but he flaked out. So
hey, he's got a lot he's doing with all his rolling and being critical.
Not really, because they're on a break period right now, aren't they?
Yeah, he's recuperating. Do you know what that man does to like make anyway?
All right, so it's time for some sage advice.
Time for some sage advice.
So,
all right, Bob Barker.
Let's start off with boyfriend trouble. So I found this while perusing the Reddits, and I just felt like we really had to get into this one. So this is written in by somebody who's been cohabitating with their boyfriend for 2.5 years. They said, "My boyfriend refuses to help me with grocery shopping, even when I'm extremely busy and will have to go late at night. Would it be best to discuss this more seriously? How do I go about that conversation? When we first got together, I agreed to take on the chore, but sometimes life becomes inconvenient. In the 2.5 years we've been together, he has never once gone to the store since I took on the chore.
Is that the full thing?
That's the full thing.
Okay, so I'll let somebody else talk first.
All right.
Wait.
For real? For real? I open up the floor and then nobody talks?
So here's the problem. I actually did not absorb a single bit of that. I won't ask you to read it again, but can
Look,
you,
I'll give you
post
the
this
synopsis.
segment thing?
I'll give you.
It's
I'll
in
give
the
you the
segment.
synopsis.
If you click the drop down arrow in the
Look,
show
I'll give you
doc,
the
it's there.
synopsis.
Oh,
The
here it
girlfriend's
is.
upset at the boyfriend for not ever
Okay.
going grocery shopping, even when she asks him to. They've been together for 2.5, also known as 2.5 years. And yeah, so sometimes she's tired, sometimes she has a lot that's going on, and she can't do the grocery shopping until late at night. And he apparently just refuses to do it. She did
Grocery
agree
shopping.
to do that in the beginning of the relationship, but he's never once done it. Okay. My immediate thought is the advice given is highly dependent on how your relationship, like split of responsibilities, is set up. Because I can tell you, in my relationship, there are very specific things that like I do or my significant other does that the other one of us just doesn't do. And that's just because we decided that's just what it is. Like, I always take the trash out. It's just what I do. And so on and so forth. But there are things that we work on conjointly, like, for instance, grocery shopping. Like, we tackle that together in our own ways and things of that nature. So, like, if it's something that's established, like this is the thing that you're supposed to be doing, I can understand how you might want some help. But if that's kind of how your life is structured out, it's still your responsibility. Now, the fact that he's being so like seemingly like stonewall about it, like I'm not doing this, that seems like a bit much. But my other question is like, there's a lot of things that go into play here. Like, are you guys like, are you dinks, dual income, no kids? Are you both working? What's that situation look like? What is he doing in the relationship as far as like chores and responsibilities are concerned? How is that like split 50-50? Like, what does that all look like? So for me, there's really just not enough context to the question to actually give a helpful answer.
Okay. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So here's my bit. There is definitely a reason why I think chores like going to the grocery store, I think those are actually more important to do together in general. I feel like just like knowing how money is being spent is so important. Knowing how
Very much, yes.
Yeah, knowing where your money's going, and it's even more important if you have like split finances. And I'm assuming because boyfriend that finances are split. That's not always the case, but I'm assuming. Now, if you want him to start going grocery shopping, I'm assuming you guys are living together. Just hit up a couple of different stores. Go to Target, like add that to the shopping list. Go to like Joann's, go to like all these side places as well as grocery shopping. Come home, and now he's gonna have to. I'm assuming it's he. Yes, it is he.
Can I do a quick sidebar? Just a really quick sidebar.
Yeah.
At the release of this episode, I'm really happy that you said Joann's, because at the release of this episode, there's a high chance that there will be no Joann's left to go to.
I know.
But anyway,
Sorry.
continue.
So like start hitting up those extra places, and he's gonna help you bringing in the bags because he's just a nice guy like that. And regardless of if he helps you or not, he's gonna see all the shopping you did and be like, babe, what is this? And you'd be like, well, I got distracted. And the more you do that, either he's gonna leave you, which is what he probably should do, but what's more likely is he's gonna go shopping with you because he doesn't want all those extra bags.
I really enjoy how like your advice is always consistently do something awful.
Yeah, but
Like, just
this one
do
might
something.
actually bring results.
I mean, sure, it might, but like, what? And I do agree with the like grocery shopping should be something you guys do together. But here's the flip side of that coin. My significant other's father, one of the things that she told me about him was one of his things that he did was he did the grocery shopping like all by himself, because he actually liked to go and do that, and he would just be gone for like 2 or 3 hours, and he'd come back with a car full of groceries, and it was a thing that he liked to do, and it was a thing that he always did just himself. So like there are cases where it's okay to just go do the grocery shopping or whatever the task is, but it seems like there's a conversation that needs to be had, especially, it's boyfriend, girlfriend, so it is probably split finances. But if it's not, that's a huge thing that needs to be talked about.
I just really quickly want to slip in some more context, and I'll be honest. I'll give you a peek behind the curtain
Why didn't you start with the
Yeah, what
context?
the hell?
because I wanted initial reactions. Okay, I wanted the overall like broad picture to look.
My
Now
initial
we're
reaction
gonna
was I
scope
need
in.
more context.
Because it's always that. It's always that. Okay. Now we're
There's
gonna
some
scope
nuance,
in.
actually.
Now we're gonna scope in. Okay. Because here's the thing. I actually don't like this guy at all. All right. I don't like him.
You should tell us why.
Yeah, tell us why.
So, when part of how their dynamic works is that they do split responsibilities, and there are responsibilities that he has that she doesn't have, and vice versa. They are split income. They don't have any kids. Something else to be aware of is that there have been plenty of times that he has been unable to uphold some responsibilities that are specifically his, and has asked her to come in and cover for some of his responsibilities, and she has happily and willingly done so. There have been a myriad of times that were cited in the post.
So he's
Additionally,
just being a garbage person then.
yeah. Additionally, she had a series of interviews and jury duty coming up, and she was not like getting back until like basically close to midnight. And asked him on that particular occasion, when she finally was like moved to make this post, to do the grocery shopping, and he basically looked up the store hours and told her that the store would still be open and she should just get the chore done because it's her job. Meanwhile, his responsibility that day had been basically a couple hours of work and then nothing beyond that.
I love that response that he had. I love that personally.
Yeah, I think it's time to have that hard conversation, and if behavior doesn't change, look for a way out. That's just because that's the thing. Here's the thing: is if this is like a long-term thing, and you're thinking like life together style, if he's not willing to bend on these relatively really small things, he's not gonna bend, or he's not gonna show up for the things that are super important.
2.5 years together.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if he hasn't changed his behavior after that much time, either you guys kind of just ignore your problems, or he's not going to change his behavior as much as you've probably asked him to. So you really need to take a hard look at where you want to go from here. That's what I would say.
Well, don't worry. Reddit had her back, and they advised her to start ordering groceries to the house instead. So that's what she did.
It's more expensive though.
It is more
Sure
expensive
is.
to do it that way.
Sure is, but that's what she's doing.
Cool. No actual help on like the clearly toxic part of this relationship. Just order your groceries. It's easier.
Just
Gotta
saying
love
something
Reddit,
like,
man.
"Oh, you
Gotta
should
love
dump his
Reddit.
ass," is like less than helpful. Also,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying immediately, dump
No,
him.
you
What
have to have
I'm
a
saying is you need to have
conversation.
that conversation, because it's very clearly like you're not willing to budge and help me when I need your help, but I've always done that for you. So what's going to happen if we like get married and have kids and or whatever we want to do with our lives and something actually super important happens and you're not willing to help? Like,
Exactly. You have to have a conversation.
but anyway,
All right.
what's
Let's
the
move
next
on.
thing?
All right. So there's one more. This one's not quite as serious. This one is very brief. This user said, "Is it weird to go to a restaurant alone? I kind of want to try it, but I don't want to look like one of those sad people from a sitcom."
Cool. From a person who's done that before, you only feel that way and look that way if you give off that energy. When I was working for a law firm, I ended up having to do some traveling for my work. So I mainly worked in a city, but then I had to go to some like branch offices that were more suburban. Or at the time, like I would always like order lunch from a place in the city, but I couldn't do that. So I went to a local restaurant by myself and had lunch there. And the weird thing to me was that I was like one of 2 or 3 people that were in there consistently. So like, I'd have the same waiter every time. His name was Leaf. He was a cool guy.
What?
Yeah, his name was Leaf.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
Leaf, if you're out there, you're a fucking cool guy for that name. And I sincerely hope you keep that name your whole life because you are probably one of like 10 Leafs ever.
Right, that's why I remember him. And you know what the craziest thing was? His name is, I don't know if this is crazy, but like anybody who knows like history of names, Leaf is primarily associated with like Nordic, Scandinavian names. This individual was African American.
Okay.
So he's an African American dude named Leaf.
Say the first thing on my mind.
Well, anyway, he was a cool guy, and we just did our thing for a week, and on the last day I was like, this is the last day I'm here, thanks for being a great server. I tipped him like an extra 20% or whatever, and I went on my way. It's only weird if you make it weird. If it's very obvious that you're just going to like a restaurant in the middle of the day to grab some lunch or whatever because you have an hour for lunch and you can just do that, fine. But if you go in there and start acting like a weirdo because you're in there by yourself, then of course you're going to give off that energy.
Sorry, one of my cats just jumped at my door and like scratched on their way down.
They want to go to a restaurant with you.
Well, what I was going to add to this is like, are we counting places like Starbucks? Like, do cafes count as
I think this is like very clearly from the context of like you have a server who sits you down.
Okay. I mean, like, even then, like, phones are essentially computers at this point, and like being alone at a restaurant allows you to do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do if there's someone there with you. Because I like, honestly, I think it's, if there's someone there with you, like if you're on a date or whatever, it's kind of rude to like just sit there on your phone the whole time and not interact. But like,
it's extremely rude.
Yeah, if you're alone, you can like get stuff done or watch a video or play a game. Just be aware of like the people around you. Don't be an asshole. But like you could do stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to do if you were there with someone.
You know what you could do?
Oh boy.
No, I don't.
You ever seen Ratatouille?
I don't like where this is going.
We're in a restaurant and you're talking about Ratatouille. This
could
go one of 2 ways.
You know the food critic?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You could RP him.
I was going to say, are you like? I was about to preempt you. Like, are you going to like pose as a food critic and try and get free food? Like what?
No, not get free food. Listen, you could just make these people's day. Like you come in with like a notebook and a pen. Okay, you sit down, you push the bridge of your glasses up a little bit when your server comes to you, and you say, like,
"Are you just going to explain the entire scene of the food critic in Ratatouille?"
Now hold on.
He's
Let me go.
Expressly doing the thing.
Let me go.
Doing the thing that he always does.
you say, look, I want you to surprise me with what you've got behind the doors of that kitchen. I want you to give me the best food that comes from the hearts of your chefs back there.
I need you to speak 35% faster.
And then when it is issued, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to tell you genuinely how I feel about it. I'm going to write about it in this little notebook here. And then when you get the food and you eat it,
I really like how in this iteration of this situation, you're just doing it in the most creepy way possible.
And why are you writing it in a notebook? Who cares if you write it? Is that the death note? Are you?
So the fact that he's looking at the server, the fact that he's looking at the server and going, "I'm gonna write it down," and this little notebook right here.
I didn't finish.
Cut to the side.
You finish your meal. You finish your meal.
Standing over him, and he's actually just waiting for the food to be bad. He's gonna ask to meet the chef, and he's gonna kill the chef with his death note. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No. Here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna stand up, reach into his back pocket, and pull out 2 pieces of bread. And he's going to put the chef's head in between the 2 pieces of bread. And he's going to ask him what he is. And he's going to say, "I'm an idiot sandwich." And you're going to go, "Yes, you are."
I'm not going to do either of those things.
It's bloody raw.
You ruined everything.
The salad.
You ruined everything. Because
Where's
all
the lamb
I was
sauce?
going to do was say, after you eat it, you genuinely... You leave a nice tip on the table.
Awful.
You look your server in the eyes. Maybe you even cup his chin, and you say,
all right,
and
now
you say,
now
and you say,
you've been arrested for
and you say,
harassment,
"I
possibly
enjoyed the
assault."
meal. Thank you so much for everything you do." And you walk out.
There are a medley of things that are wrong with that, and about a half dozen things you didn't have to do.
I'm just giving back.
All right, I think it's time that we move on to the draft.
The optional one. I don't know who put that.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to the draft now.
It's time to draft.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to draft.
The transition.
Did you just do the transition before the transition?
Wait a minute, the transitions. Oh, I didn't upload all the transitions. I have to do that anyway. It's a draft.
Yeah.
So we're drafting celebrities and politicians
To form a debate team. All right, I gotta pick a wheel. I gotta lock in.
Well, okay, wait a minute. What are our stipulations? Do they have to be alive? Can they
have
be dead?
to be alive?
Nah, damn it! I lost like a third of my list.
Pick Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I knew it would be you. I knew it would be you who lost their list. And I didn't even feel bad about it when I wrote that.
I was about to hit you with the Ronald Reagan, dude. Maybe Alexander Hamilton.
Bro, I was gonna
Alexander Hamilton.
Nope, not that one. Different one. Not the one in the musical. The real one.
I was gonna pull
Matt,
out
your first
Socrates.
I'm first pick.
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
it.
Oh no.
I was like actually gonna build a good debate team, but you gave me first pick.
I'm second pick.
What's is this political specifically? I guess
No,
it doesn't
celebrities and politicians.
matter. Okay, it really doesn't matter what they're debating, all right? Because there's one man who everyone stops what they're doing whenever he's debating, and they just watch. It won America over twice, 3 times, according to some people.
I knew it. I just as soon as you got the first pick, I was like, oh, okay.
So let's be honest. The king of debating, not for the content, but for the quality. Or maybe not for the quality, but for the enjoyment. We gotta pick Trump. I'm sorry. We gotta pick him.
I'm the best debater. I've debated so many things.
No, we're not even going to call
Everybody
him
says I'm the best. You can
we're not
ask
even
them.
going to call him the best, but he genuinely
Greatest debater of all time.
is one of the most interesting.
Part of the
debaters
deal. I
to
wrote
ever
that.
watch.
I don't wear a toupee. And my hands are normal sized. I've got
Whenever I think of-
4.8% body fat, and I'm 6'7".
Whenever I think of Donald Trump debating, there's one scene and it has nothing to do with him debating, and it was during his first run in 2016. Him and I forget the name of the other candidate. It was during the Republican primaries. And they both just sat in the hallway after their names were called, just stood there and waited for the one guy's name to be called, and then they walked out together. Sorry, totally random, but that's what popped in my head.
Okay.
What was the name of that guy though?
Okay.
I don't know.
Justin, what are you picking?
Wait,
Matt goes first. Does he get 2 picks?
No, he gets
No,
one.
no.
Oh, okay.
We it's been too long since we did a draft. That was a depressing
It's always
question.
Ian trying to clarify the snake draft rules.
Yeah, because
Look back. Look back. This is a fact.
look, just help me, okay?
Yeah, Ian's next pick is everybody who speaks.
I think it had to be a specific person.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
so. You said, all politicians and celebrities.
I pick.
I pick
humans.
sentient
humanity.
people.
Any,
I would like to take sentient people with
Every
my
As
first
a
pick.
judge.
every politician and celebrity whose name starts with the letter S.
Yeah, all of them.
Who's that guy? Like,
I wouldn't do that.
is he Salma Hayek?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
Sandra
Okay.
Bullock?
All
Steve
right.
Martin. Like, yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Steve Carell.
So
Yeah.
my first pick, I'm also going political here, and I figured that
Oh no.
my first pick, I had
Have
Come
you
on.
seen him
I had to
debate
take
ever?
a family name, somebody who could really hold some stage presence against Trump. So
It's actually a really good impression.
I'm gonna go with Robert F. Kennedy for my first pick. He's gonna bring back the beef tallow.
No, just no.
Sorry, it's
Gonna have to pack it in the back of my truck.
Okay.
Kids are gonna have to plug their noses for the
So I get 2
stench.
picks now, right? I get 2 picks
Bags
now.
over their heads.
Stop.
RFK Jr. I love you, buddy.
Okay, I'm at the end of the line, so I get 2 picks, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. My first pick is Pete Buttigieg, because
Okay.
he's always super well researched on whatever topics he's debating or speaking on or anything. He's always ready because he prepares. He's like political Batman. It's crazy. Every time I've seen him speak, he's always like on point.
And he's got a funny last name.
Buddy
Sure.
gig.
My second pick, I have to go with somebody who's just super smart and charismatic. Neil deGrasse Tyson, friend of the show.
You would.
Of course I would. It's me. Like,
How dare you use him against us?
Actually, in a expanding universe, you are not the best. I'm just thinking about how he would answer to Trump. You can't be the best. It's literally, probably, like the probability says it's impossible.
the problem is with Neil debating with Trump is Trump doesn't say anything of substance, so he can't he can't say anything that's like that doesn't make any sense.
It won't matter because you know what? He's gonna come after how Neil deGrasse Tyson's curls look. It doesn't even matter.
Or his galaxy vest that he wears.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Look at this guy. I came dressed and prepared. This guy, he's in a Hawaiian shirt. Can't take someone like that seriously."
I took a trip to Hawaii.
You know,
I was hunting.
you know, Neil
whales.
would probably respond with something of like, of the 10 trillion particles that your body is composed of, a astronomically small probability has come to pass. Every single one of those particles is an idiot.
That's a great statement. Listen,
then
I've
try
got
to
a fresh
retort-
deer in the back of my
retort,
truck. If you
Yeah,
wanna
well, every
cook it
single
up."
one of your particles has probably been poop at one point.
Yeah,
I
you'd
call
say,
him Poop
yeah,
deGrasse
no.
Tyson.
I hate how much that's probably what would happen. Who are you picking, Justin?
More like Neil deGrasse Fartson.
Tyson chicken nuggets.
What have we done?
All right. All right, I gotta pick somebody who's not afraid to rake a little mud. Okay, somebody who's not afraid to use a little bit of manipulative tactics, a little bit of propagandizing. Okay, somebody who's not afraid to push
I
the
know where this is
boundaries
going.
and make really bold statements. So I'm going with somebody who's very charismatic and very good at spinning a narrative. We don't need to get further into semantics than that. So it's going to be Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
Hassan Piker for my second pick.
All right. Wait. Is it me now? I
Yeah,
get two, right?
you get two.
All right. We got to balance this out. All right. We need another charismatic guy. Someone who's just really able to take on Hassan with facts. You know, he spends all day on Wikipedia and probably other websites too. We have what are the tiers of gooning? What were the tiers again?
Tiers 1 through 5.
All right, he's probably at least a 3. We got Destiny.
He's more than a 3. He's definitely a 4 at least.
Yeah, we got our boy Destiny. We need a Hassan's nemesis.
I can't
the
wait
thing
to
he'd
see
never
the
live up to
hashtags
be.
for this episode. We have to
I
tweet
hate
them.
what we're doing right now. We have not picked, besides Neil deGrasse Tyson, we got like all political figures. I gotta break.
I'm not doing that. It's gonna be great. Just wait.
All right, man, we need someone who will play with Neil deGrasse Tyson a little bit. Someone who's quick-witted. I think I'm gonna have to go with Ricky Gervais.
What the? How do you spell his name?
I said the right name, right? Ricky Gervais. I think it's Gervaise. Sorry, clickety clack. Yeah. Oh no, no E at the end.
Okay.
He's a comedian, pretty funny. He was in the original Office.
Gotcha.
He was like the Michael Scott-esque character.
So it came back to you. So you have 2 picks, right?
I already did that.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
he got Destiny and he
Oh,
got
he took
Ricky
that. Okay.
Gervais.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you know who? Out of curiosity, do
I
you know
have
who
I have
Destiny
watched
is?
some of his content, not his long form stuff, just stuff on TikTok and watching him just obliterate people. But
Boy,
yeah.
do you know about his recent stuff?
No, I don't follow him. I
I'll
just
implore
know
you
of him.
to learn.
Is it like he gets destroyed, or is it a?
Well, he destroys himself publicly
Cool.
for many
Awesome.
people to see.
Interesting. Okay, well, what are you picking,
Okay.
Justin?
Now, a lot of people are gonna think that this is a crazy move, but I think that if I put them together, they will figure out how to collaborate. So I'm gonna take a tier 5 dirtbag
God.
in terms of like the least cleanly person probably up there in America. I am taking
Absolutely no way you're about to say what I think you are.
Oh,
and call
I'm
them the
taking
least
Asmongold.
cleanly- How? In America, the least?
I said up there.
But you also said least.
You guys keep referencing this guy, and I have no idea what he's what.
Do you know the game World of Warcraft? Okay, he came up as like a World of Warcraft streamer slash like tutorial guy,
Oh, okay.
and he's evolved into a pseudo React channel.
Oh.
And people generally hate him because he says a lot of things that people find controversial.
So they watch to hate him?
Well,
Kind of
he
thing?
also has a huge following of people that don't hate him. He's got like both spectrums.
Okay. Well, interesting. My go, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
center guy.
Well, I'm an end guy. Justin's center guy.
You're right.
So I get 2 more picks, and then Justin has the last pick, right?
I
You've
have
already done-
another one, and then Matt has the last pick.
I think.
Oh yeah. So I get 2, then Justin the okay.
Yeah.
Imagining snakes in my brain, and it doesn't work. Okay, so my 2 picks. I don't know what you guys are doing for the most part. Well, I kind of see what Matt's doing, but I have no idea what Justin's doing over there. So I picked Pete. He's well spoken, he's well researched, and he listens to people who know what they're talking about. And then I've got probably one of the most famous scientists in the world right now, just because he's so publicly accessible as far as like his content, Dr. Tyson. But I want a little bit more star power in here, but I also want them to know what they're talking about. So the first person I'm picking up is Ken Jeong. He is a comedian.
Yeah. I know.
Did you just say Kim Jong?
No, Ken Jeong.
He's a comedian.
Like
He is also a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So we have the world of astrophysics, physics at large, and also medicine now, and a comedian. And for a little bit of let's say muscle behind all of this, some like intimidation factor, we're gonna go with Dolph Lundgren, big Russian dude from Rocky 4.
Wait, is that the guy that goes, "I pitied a fool"?
No, that's Mr. T. Also, I think you were joking. Okay.
Listeners, viewers, love you to death. Let us know if you think I was joking.
But here's the thing. Dolph Lundgren also has a PhD in chemical engineering.
Yeah.
So he's also highly intelligent. He's very intimidating looking, but he's also highly intelligent. So I feel like I've got a good mix of not only very intelligent people, but people that can work together and have different personalities that can kind of combat anything that comes across from you guys. I think Dolph might be a good match for Trump because he's actually a tall, fit person. So I think that might help.
And it won't. You know why? Because I think Trump can literally give a nickname to anyone. He's going to call him a big, beautiful man, and then he's going to say something that he thinks is really mean, but it's not really that mean, but people are going to love it, and it's going to stick.
Yeah, but then Ken comes in and just flips it on its head because he's a comedian. That's what they do. They deal with hecklers all the time. Okay. On a debate team, no one's going to listen to a debater. Okay.
That's right.
Whatever.
Right. Have you seen the presidential
Make
debates?
your
Justin,
pick.
Justin. Yeah.
Okay. So my last pick, this was actually a tough one because I had a couple names I wanted to go with. But in the end, I think I'm sinking it down with celebrity, a proper one. I am going with William Dafoe.
Ooh, I like the way he sounds.
Yeah, William Dafoe's got a lot that he brings to the table.
Isn't it Willem?
Yeah. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You locked it in. You have to find a celebrity named William Dafoe.
No, you can't take that from me. You can't take him from me.
Listen, I looked at the proper pronunciation of Ken Jeong's name, okay? So
Green. Okay, Green. Okay, Thanos. Okay, Green.
You know what's cool about Willem Dafoe? And I hate to say this. He kind of looks like a goblin. Like a real-life goblin.
You know what else is cool about Willem Dafoe? He can do it all.
Goblin? Oh.
He's a serious guy. He's a funny guy. He's a guy who can really drive a point home. He's going to be...
McClellan?
If he were a pirate, he could also drive a point home.
Dude, he kind of looks like a pirate.
He's going to be the closer for sure. The closing argument. I mean, he has to be. He's
I
William
think he
Dafoe.
could be anywhere from like first mate to like captain to janitor of a
Oh my
pirate.
God, we gotta draft pirate teams. We have to draft pirate teams.
You got to draft pirate teams, but nobody from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, of course. That
That's
goes
messed
without
up.
speaking.
I wouldn't think so, but okay.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't think so. Your first pick would probably be Jack Black and the entire Pirates of the Caribbean cast.
Jack Black? What's going on here? I am Steve. Chicken Jackie. Sorry, my
This is one tenacious vessel.
And just like that, we had one more hashtag for this episode.
I think
What's your last pick?
I think it's me, right?
Yeah, last pick.
All right. So you guys, you both have pretty solid teams, but I don't think either of them are going to be able to handle what I'm about to throw at them. I've been nice up until now.
There's so many ways this can go.
I'm going to pick Eminem.
What?
There's nothing
Okay.
they can say. Nothing. There's no response good enough. They're done. I could have picked any rapper. I chose Eminem.
Why are you picking a rapper for a debate team, though?
They're
Because he can.
generally they're really good at what do you call it, freestyling. So I'm just really curious what would happen if like a debate question comes out, Trump says something mean about someone, and then Eminem turns that into a rap on the fly, and then it's just over, right? Because I've won the audience completely.
He could rhyme forgetty with spaghetti.
He could. An orange with porridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Neil comes out and yells about how the world's not flat, so I don't know what you want.
It
And then
won't
Willem
matter.
Dafoe just claps. And that's all he does.
No, he claps and laughs.
No. Power.
Spider-Man. I was
Tell
gonna-
him,
so-
Hassan,
part of me wanted
tell
to
him.
pick, Jordan Peterson, but I was like, I got.
No. No.
I love Peterson for a variety of reasons.
So many hashtags.
Sometimes his politics are a little iffy, but he is. Oh, he does think. He's a thinker.
I saw a comedic short one time that posited the idea that Jordan Peterson is just constantly playing Scrabble in his head, and he's just constantly going for the highest score.
Dude, he would win. I actually own a book of his that I got years ago. What the hell is the name of the book?
I don't know. We'll post it in the show notes,
I
though.
don't think I ever read it.
Cool. We're running a little short on time. Well, this episode's running a little bit long. Yeah, a little long time. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let us know who you think won the draft. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week, time of day, whatever you need.
Welcome to Humor Highwire.
Bye.